First, you go to your Google Doc folder and click on the Research Journal. You will have 5 research journals, one for each of your research questions. Under Research Notes is where you will put your researched information. Then, under How'd you find the sources, this is where you will talk about your source information. So let's start researching. First, I'll go to Google and I'll type in becoming an MMA fighter. And as you can see, a ton of resources pop up, about 525,000 resources or sites that I could use. And one thing you want to do is scroll down and take a look at the headings for each of the sources to figure out which one you want to use. Now the first one, I'm going to read the heading. It takes a whole lot of hard work and dedication. So this one actually looks like a pretty good source that I could use, so I'm going to click on it. It opens up to a fighter, what it takes to be a UFC fighter. I'll scroll down and take a look at the information that's being provided by the source. It looks like there's a lot of really good information. There's even a quote from a UFC fighter. And actually, this quote looks like one that I'll probably end up using. So I will copy and paste this quote. And once I've copied it, I'll go into my research and put it under Research Notes. Make sure it goes in quotes, quotation marks around it. Yeah. Now I'm going to explain how I found the source that I used. You want to make sure that you are very detailed and give a step-by-step account of how you found your information. Exactly what keywords you typed in, what source you used, whether it was online or print or the library or asking someone, and explaining why you picked that site out as well, or the book out. Now you need to explain how you decided the source was credible, and you can use your evaluating resources guide, the chart that I gave you. So I'm going to go back to the website and take a look at the site itself. I actually decided that it was credible because it is a UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship website sponsored by the UFC. And the quote that I found by Mark Hominick Mark Hominick is a UFC featherweight champion from Canada, which is something I ended up looking up earlier. So I'm going to explain in my chart the 2 reasons why. I want you to have 2 to 3 reasons as to why the source is credible. Now the last question is really important because it reflects on what you thought your information was going to be and what it actually was, and how that information will affect you in your career. So I want you to be very detailed in what you expected, what you thought your answer was going to be, and how it either was similar or different from what you expected, and how that information will affect you, the career outlook, and actually whether or not it makes you want to do the job or if it makes you not want to do the job. So maybe the pros and the cons of the information you found. Now I will go up to my bibliography number section and place the number 1 because this is my first source that I'm using.